installation evening where we are installing district officers of our IT District 411B. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to now invite our chief guest, our guest of honor, and the entourage to make their way to the high table so that we begin this function. Thank you. DJ, we can be upstanding.
To the future, that's what we must do. We have the leader to lead us right through. We often look back on great memories and say, the future is ours and it starts here today. We are in the Lord, we are strong, serving the world is where we all belong. Let's share what we know. Leaves among us compel us to grow. Reach out to be there what we have from the start. At the end of each day, keep us on in your heart. No matter what country, no matter what divide.
Our immediate past council chairperson, immediate past district governors, past council chairperson is present, past district governor is present, our first district vice governor, our second vice district governor, cabinet officers, district officers, fellow lions, ladies and gentlemen. You're most welcome to this installation evening, and our program will run as follows. We started with registration, our fellowship drink. Please make sure you have a drink. We'll have calling the meeting to order, which has been done. Invocation, a toast, introductions, welcome remarks by the presiding officer, introduction of our guest of honor or a representative of the guest of honor, address by the guest of honor, introduction of our chief guest, our installing officer, installation of cabinet and district officers, installation of the district legal officers. We have presentations, dinner, we celebrate with a cake, vote of thanks, toast to ladies, and we shall end the night with entertainment. It looks rather a long program, but we shall try to manage within the time that we have. May I now request Lion Imelda Mugiwe to come and lead us.
Outstanding and we get ourselves there. Most High Lord, want to commit this evening to you, that you make it rest and colorful, and for the officers that are going to be installed, that you give them wisdom that only comes from you, to go through our duties for the betterment and service of our communities, and what we shall partake. Lord, we pray that you bless it, it nourishes our bodies, so we can serve you and serve our communities. Most High Lord, pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. That's the invocation. I hope all of us have see the manager here. We don't have drinks. I have him here. I can crucify him because he's here. So can I have people to, can we have, okay, within 2-3 minutes, can we serve people so that we have something to toast with? It's not comfortable to toast with an empty bottle, an empty glass, rather. DJ? Thank you. Very nice. Our next item is introductions. In the interest of time, I'm going to ask if there is any line that came with a guest, you'll have a chance to introduce yourself and introduce your guest. Else, we're going to introduce ourselves in class for us to catch up time. The wise man from Busia has told me from the east. I shouldn't have mentioned Busia. Wise men come from the east. But also the west is not bad. Yeah. See, that's why I'm here. I think if I was a wise man, he told me he wants to catch a bus that is not there because the buses are not working. So I wonder how it will work. So if you have a guest, you'll get a chance to introduce yourself and introduce your guest. May I see by show of hands? Okay?
Presiding officer, protocol observed. Lion Dr. Geoffrey Erem is my name. From Lions Club of Kampala Sanctuary. I came with a guest. Called Patience Pauline Erem. Please stand up for recognition. She's my daughter. Thank you.
Anybody else with a guest? Okay. I think we can do group introductions. Let me see if I have all kinds of things. Regions. Okay. Region A. If Great. Thank you. Region B. That's the Region C. Jojo. Okay. Region D. Region E. Wise men and women from the east. All right. DJ microphone. Do we have Leos in the house? On a special note, the new president, may I be correct, for the multiple districts, please be upstanding. I used to think you were a small man. When did you become big? Huh? No, that's very serious. Thank you. You should actually be seated somewhere, not on the high table, but somewhere on the steps. On the steps, so that you have a few more steps to get up. See, even me, I'm seated just somewhere nearby. Thank you. May I now ask our presiding officer to give your opening remarks. Thank you.
Guest of honor, immediate past council chair, district governor, and your precious lady, first vice district governor, second vice district governor, cabinet and district officers, fellow Lions, Leos, ladies and gentlemen. I take this great opportunity to welcome you all to this special evening. You must be wondering why I am the presiding officer. I am presiding because we are going to hold an installation ceremony of the district governor and his district governor 411B in Uganda and his team. So you clap for me to be here. We have to follow the culture, the norms of this. As you heard this morning from PPG dance, when you come to a meeting, you must learn, and therefore we are learning. So this evening, we shall greatly be honored in the presence of our guest of honor to have cabinet officers, district officers, Leos, the governor's team. All these members will be officially launched today so that they are able to do their work. We must make sure that we kick off the work with a theme. Our theme for this Lions here, you all know, service with passion. Each and every one of you, wherever you go, you must promote our theme and you must be very passionate to the less fortunate people that you serve. I want you to enjoy the evening, know your neighbor, and I want to say that there is a very delicious banquet that the governor has prepared for us. So we clap for him in advance. Thank you so much, our immediate past council chair, for being here, for all of us, the guest of honor, and all the people who participated in the cabinet meeting. The attendance is quite good, and it was looked at 85 to 90%. So we need to clap for ourselves. All the regions are represented. DG, you are going to enjoy. You are going to enjoy. This year, every club has got to vibe. Victoria, the vibe is here with other people now. We need to be very vibrant. We have to maintain the ethics as we do our work, and we really need to render service to the less fortunate. Remember, our motto is we serve. We serve. we serve. Where there is a lion, there is no. Where there is a lion, there is. Thank you for being alert. Thank you for being alert, and we want to congratulate our Leos because the multiple district Leo president comes from district 411B. We congratulate him, Leo Biaruhanga and his team. With these few opening remarks, I want to move to the next item on our agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I can confirm that there is vibe when I check the financial report and Mushenya paid. There is no other vibe you can have than, especially if you are a cabinet treasurer like I am Jackson. So vibe is there. But from the mighty club of Kampala Central, fellow lads, may I now request Dan J.B. Tangari to come and introduce our guest of honor. Thank you.
Lion J.B.
Somebody wanted to hijack the position of guest of honor, and the came lobbying that I was seated. Presiding officer, our guest of honor was born some years before independence in the valleys of the highest hill in Akure, called Chanjeni. He went to a church school. Those days people were church schools, and eventually when St. Leo's Chengome was born, he went to St. Mary's College students for his A-level and St. Leo's for O-level. Thereafter, he went to Nairobi University for his undergraduate degree, and later on pursued a master's degree at Makerere University, and went to King's College to do a fellowship. King's College is in London. Our guest of honor has taught physics and mathematics at Yakasura Secondary School. No, it is the school, Yakasura School. Ntare School, Bishop Stewart College, Kakoba. Later on, he worked with the Barara Archdiocese as the Assistant Education Secretary. From Barara, he proceeded to Uganda Revenue Authority, where he worked as Deputy Commissioner Customs and retired for public service. Our guest of honor is a charter secretary of the last club of Kampala Central. And you know, the mighty Kampala Central was chartered in 1995. So you can know the years he has spent as a man. To know that he has five, he served as president 2 times. Not consecutively, but 2 times at different times. He has served as zone and regional chairperson. He climbed as a district governor in 2016-2017. Our guest of honor is a past council chairperson, and is married to a woman who is a lion in her own right. She's called Lion Forest. Now I have the honor of inviting our guest of honor, Lion Benedict Kumanya, to come and address the gathering.
Presiding officer, protocol has been established, but allow me to say fellow Lions. First, I'd like to thank past Governor John Bosco for giving me that flowery introduction. The facts were there, but he put a lot of salt in them. Thank you very much. Second, I would like to thank the district governor who invited the person who was supposed to be here, and that person asked me to present him. Thank you, Governor, for taking care to invite people that you work with. I am informed, and I know that your international association is guided by means of operations which are governed by rules, traditions, and constitutions. It is important to note that all human communities, in order to live peacefully and orderly, they must have rules which govern them. These rules, you can call them any names, constitutions, etc., are based on what they believe in and on what they stand for. Uganda, for example, is governed by rules. The great nations of the world, present and past, those of you who have studied history, you know one of the greatest empires that ever existed on this earth, the Roman Empire. It had rules, some of which were good, others bad, traditions, but all these were based on what they believed. The members in such a community or association in this case must believe and must cherish these rules, because the rules keep them safe. They keep them focused on who they are. I am therefore delighted that the International Association of Lions has such a rules certain provisions, and these help them to work with governments and other communities, because such a communities and governments that they work with are also ordered in a similar way. You take note that of recent, the government of the Republic of Uganda passed a law which has become internationally controversial, and it is actually affecting the people living in it. You have heard of the World Bank reactions, of the reactions of some other countries. What I am trying to say is that these rules are necessary, but they can also require the members in that community to tie their belts tighter. And therefore I want to believe that the rules that are used in Lions clubs in some cases require members to tie their belts tighter so that they can fit and be able to perform what they are required to do. I am sure that many of you are not surprised about what I am talking about. It is important to keep it in mind that we think differently as human beings, we act differently, but in order to act as a community, as an association, these rules bring us together. But they can act somehow as individuals. Let me therefore, having taken a bit of less rules, thank the leaders of the Lions clubs in Uganda who follow diligently their modes of work, their ways of performing their duties, and are committed to them. Secondly, I want to thank you all for giving a hand to the government of our country, because governments are not necessarily as strong as they would otherwise want to be in serving their people. So the service that they give is very commendable, and I would only like to advise that we keep in very close contact with government officials, and especially at high levels. It is good that we have been dealing with the media and some other departments of government, but from the experience of the relationship of what we do in respect of many other government bodies, shows me that these other government bodies are not very much aware of what we do. And so I appeal to the leaders to give some time and be associated with high levels in government. I know that a lot has been done in this respect, But let us also touch it. Those government departments that affect our services. The services that we render, particularly in the health sector, in the community development sector, in the environment. These may be taken small, but it's because the beneficiaries do not know who give them. And so that's one major thing I wanted to emphasize, both from my experience and also here in the Lions Club and also in government. Right, presiding officer, this ceremony is also very important because that's when we get to emphasize the traditions that we have. And Lions should take them seriously and honor them. Like an inspiration like this, it is important to honor the meaning of it. Because that's when we get to learn the orderliness of any society. Otherwise, you think, well, I can do anything I want. But that's not so. One time at a banquet where we had invited a general to be a guest of honor, he told us this fact, that in the whole world, there are two institutions that are most stable. This is why his word, I'm not quoting him, but that's what he said. The first institution is the military. And the second institution is the Catholic Church. He gave the reasons. These two institutions have a command structure where the members respect that command structure, where the members respect the rules that they follow. And there are punitive measures if you don't. Fortunately, in the Lions Club, the punitive measures are not as hard as in the army or as in the Catholic Church. But it is important that we take note of that. So we need to have an orderly association, an association that we believe in, that we know how it is governed, and that it must be hierarchical and orderly in the sense that we go too far upwards and downwards in order to perform well. Presiding officer, allow me to make a brief here and say thank you once again for allowing me to be your guest of honor. I know from this side that we can be reminded of the story of Jesus when he went to his hometown. That is human, because they know you, they know your weaknesses, they know your faults, and human nature tends to downplay the areas which it knows. but take it that that is human. And therefore, we should not raise lots of things whenever such happens to anybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our guest of honor, for giving us those words of encouragement and for bringing us the message from the Honorable Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaija.
That was a beautiful message, and I can confirm that from now onwards, rands in Uganda will be rands. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the next item on the agenda. But before then, may I ask that you join me to welcome one of our own, a very distinguished client. For me is the governor who brought me to Lions. He's the one who inducted me to Lions when they came back from Arusha in 2007. Yeah, I know. Now Honorable Shemba gave the passage. Yeah, it's in order. DJ, were you paying all the money before you started working? This vibe is too much. Parents, may I now request Nance Viago Kawagabe to come and introduce our historic officer. Thank you.
The presiding officer, our guest of honor tonight, our chief guest tonight, was born in 1970, again in Shema district. He joined Lionism in 1998 from the Lions Club of Masaka. Then as a young civil servant, a cadet assistant in prisons. And in 2005, he transferred membership to the Lions Club of Kampala House, where he is still very active. He became the club president of Masaka Lions Club in 2002, and he was appointed zone chairperson in 2003. Since then, to date, he has been a district officer in charge of several portfolios. In 2009, he was appointed the region chairman and later appointed cabinet secretary in May 2014. Our chief guest is a graduate of the Faculty Development Institute, Brazzaville, Congo, of 2015, and a graduate of the Advanced Lions Leadership Institute, Lagos, Nigeria, in 2016. He's a seasoned Lions trainer and a recent graduate of the Lions Certified Instructor Program, which he did in Brazzaville, Congo, this year. He was elected and installed to serve as district governor at the association's 101st International Convention, which was held in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, in June 2018. He became the pioneer district governor for District 411B, Uganda, and then it was a regional district. But by the end of his term as governor, the district was a full-fledged one. And until recently, just recently, he was the Multiple Council chairperson, the chief lion of Multiple District 411, covering the countries of Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, the Seychelles. He is a recipient of several club, district, and international awards. He is a progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, and is happily married to a committed lion, Sharon Nura, who is an MPF, and they are blessed with 3 sons and 3 daughters. Together, they run a number of businesses in leisure, hospitality, and entertainment under the brand Roche. You might have seen that. Outside the Lionism, our chief guest is an old boy of Mutale School. He graduated from Makerere University in 1995 with a Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences. He holds a postgraduate diploma and a master's degree in management studies from Uganda Management Institute. And both of them both qualifications were got in 2007 and 2009 respectively. He's a Herbert Humphrey Fellow, a mid-career management enhancement program sponsored by the US government at Michigan State University and UC Davis University in California. And this was achieved in 2012-2013. Our chief guest is a civil servant. He joined the Uganda Prison Service in 1997 as a cadet assistant superintendent of prisons, worked as deputy OC Masaka Prisons, later as OC Masaka Prisons, from where in 2005 he was transferred to head the maximum security prison Upper Epsilon. In 2010, he headed the prison's duty-free shop. In 2013, he was appointed to head the Department of Custodial Services, Safety and Security. Later, he headed the Department of Prisons Industries. I think as a result of all this, now risen through all the ranks to become Assistant Commissioner in Prisons and still heads the Directorate of Production, Assets and Media. Fellow Lions, viewers, and our guests, please join me in welcoming our chief guest, the immediate past multiple council chairperson, multiple district 411, Progressive Medical Jones, Robert Nandra.
Presiding officer, fellow Lions, ladies and gentlemen, I have an upcoming task. I install the Leos of our district 411, the Uganda, and also install our district governor and his leadership. They look like a repetition, but there is international and there is also Uganda. And we have our own vibe. When he was installed as international, nobody knows except those who went there. Let's have him installed officially so that we feel him and have the vibe together. Agreed? Very quickly, I'll start with the Leos of Uganda. It is a short ceremony, but I'd like to as well say that it is important because these are real leaders of our district and we need them to work alongside the governor and his team. And they are here, just a few of them actually. It is my privilege to install the officers of the District 411 PDA Executive. I'm sure that they will carry out faithfully their duties with respect to their community and their fellow members. And for that purpose, I'd like to call each the podium to repeat their duties as I duly install them. I'd like to start with the District Leo Club Directors, stroke regional coordinators. I'm told there is one, please come forward. That's the vibe. Of regional coordinator. You will form part of the executive board of the district Leo Club. You will faithfully attend the regular and special meetings of your district. You will be vigilant in authorizing all payments and you will also refrain from creating indebtedness as part of the directorship of the Leo District Forum. Will you, as a regional coordinator, perform this to the best of your ability? Give a big round of applause. Leo Treasurer, Leo District Treasurer, Leo Kauma Area. Please come forward and be fast. Leo Kauma Area, you have been elected to serve your district as treasurer, and as such, you receive all money that costs the same in a bank recommended by the board of directors of the Leo district. You pay out money on the authority of the district administration and submit monthly financial reports to them.
We'll also be vigilant in keeping and building the spirit of unity and cooperation for other Rio Club officers. Will you, as Lion Treasurer, perform this to the best of your ability?
Yes, sir.
Rio Secretary, Rio District Secretary, Rio Kabagambe Hambo. Not Syria. Rio Kabagambe Hambo, you have been elected to serve Rio District as Secretary. You will be under the supervision and direction of the District Rio President and the Board of Directors. You shall keep the general club records, including the Board of Directors meeting minutes, officers lists, committees, appointments, attendance records, and up-to-date membership lists. You will be responsible for activities reports and the annual Rio Club membership report, the international office. You will also be vigilant in keeping and building the spirit of unity and cooperation with the other Rio officers, the Board of Directors, and Rio advisor. Will you, Leo Kabagambe Hambo, perform this to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Give him another round of applause. Thank you very much. The Vice President, Leo Yona Kwesiga, not around. And now I'd like to ask the outgoing or the immediate past District Leo President, Via Ruhanga. Please come forward. Give him another round of applause. Via Ruhanga, you will be the immediate past District Leo President as you ascend to the multiple districts. We'll make sure that we avail time to help and connect with the incoming Leo President to know and learn the activities that we have been carrying forward. Without reservation, you make sure that you mentor and grow him. Will you, immediate Leo President, perform these activities to the best of your ability? Yes, I will. I'd like you now to go and please pick and escort the incoming Leo President to the dais. All of you. DJ. You are the Rio District Chief Executive Officer for 411B Uganda. You will do all in your powers to foster unity among Rio Club members. You also work with the sponsoring brands of District 411B Uganda, as well as all the District Rio, as well as the District Rio Club advisor. You preside at all Rio district meetings and shall be chairman of the board of directors. You see that the committees function properly. You will have to call for regular committee reports and oversee regular elections. You also work to determine service needs in your community and motivate all the Rio Club members to respond to them generously. Will you, as Rio District President, perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much. It is now my earnest honor and privilege to declare these girls duly installed as the leadership of Rio District 411B, Uganda. Group photo. I would like to ask the outgoing Rio District President, please hand over the instruments of power to the incoming Rio President. This is the file, and there is the governor and the gong. Please hand over and teach her how to sound the governor. Not well done, but not bad. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Yeah, fitting them down. That's better. Congratulations. Please study it and you show us whether you have learned very fast. Yes. Congratulations. Thank you. I'd like to ask the incoming Rio presidents to please come and join the high table. Give her another round of applause. The rest of the Rios can be escorted to see. Thank you, Regis. That was exactly 10 minutes. Thank you for your prayers. Right? 10 minutes, I think I deserve a clap. I now got the other active task of installing the district leadership. And I'd like to start with the district chairpersons. All district chairpersons of different portfolios. You know yourself, please come forward. District chairpersons. New voices. One. Results. Arabia. Africa. You have all been appointed to serve as district chairpersons for your respective portfolios. Our clubs are involved in various humanitarian projects in the community. However, to accomplish and excel, they need your experience, your guidance, and motivation. Regular communication, collaboration with clubs, as well as accountability as far as their portfolios are concerned. You also ensure greater service activities, and I'd like now to put it to you. Will you perform these duties to the best of your abilities? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please stay. Just go in the corner. I want to park you there and stay. But I can take them at one. These are our governor, please stand up. These are district
chairperson part of cabinet. Just take it from there. Thank you very much. Please don't go away. Wait for the governor. He will sack you. Just park yourself in the corner there. At this juncture, I'd like to invite all the zone chairpersons, zone chairmen. DJ, bring them here. Somebody is obstructing the receiver there. I know what is happening there. So now, you have been appointed to serve your district as zone chairperson. The district governor has carefully selected you, knowing that you are exceptional individuals who will do that extra bit more to guide and encourage clubs under your wings to reach heights that they may not comprehend. Do not underestimate your experience and you are valued a new club president. You are expected to take keen and active interest in the affairs and health of each club in your zone. As an active and important officer in the district governor's organization, you shall also be required to give detailed and honest reports regarding the status of clubs under your care. I am sure that each one of you has received information from LCI detailing their specific duties as zone chairperson and therefore will not elaborate further on your specific responsibilities. Go and revise them. Will you, as zone chairperson, perform these duties to the best of your ability? Thank you very much. We shall take everyone at the end. Region chairpersons. Region chairpersons. Hey, transport. DJ. You have been appointed as regional chairperson due to the vastness of our geographical area, and as such, under the direction of the district governor, shall be the chief administrators of your regions. You also supervise the activities of zone chairpersons and hold regular meetings with them. It is your duty to guide appointed district chairpersons to inspire clubs to carry out meaningful activities for their communities. Involvement and interest is very key, and you must not only have it but nurture it. You also play an active role in organizing new clubs and strengthening weak clubs. You have to visit the clubs in your region and hold meetings both with their zones and club presidents under your supervision. You also assist the district governor by performing such additional assignments that he may from time to time
give you. And now therefore, as with you as regional chairperson, perform these duties to the best of your ability. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause. You contribute. Oh, but you can still go there. Now I'd like to ask the Global Action Team members, the GLT, the GMT, the GST, and the LCR District Coordinator. Fellow members of the GAT, each one of you has a specific duty, but most importantly, you must work as a team in our GAT structure, so that we have a wholesome effect on sustainable membership growth, communication, service, motivation, and direction, which are very essential as district eyes and ears on the ground to achieve growth. Will you perform the assigned duties to you to the best of your ability? Thank you very much. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. I'd like now to ask the district treasurer and the sub-treasurers to come forward. I'd like to guide that the presiding officer is not in her chair, then I have no duty. Appointed as the cabinet treasurer and sub-treasurer respectively, and as such, you are financial controllers and administrators of the district finances. You will budget, collect, and receive all monies from the clubs and submit them to Lions Clubs International where necessary. You keep an accurate books of accounts and present the same to the cabinet meetings and the annual audit report at the first cabinet meeting of the following year. You assist the district governor by performing such additional assignment as shall be given to you from time to time by the district governor. Will you, as financial controllers, perform the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much. Cabinet Secretary. Yours is one of the most important offices in the district. The success of your district will be determined largely by the efficiency with which you perform the duties of your office. You are the governor's right-hand person. You are appointed on this office because of your zeal and knowledge, and because the governor has faith in you. You shall always act under the supervision of the district governor, and I'm sure that you have fully acquainted
with the demands of your office. Will you, as Cabinet Secretary, perform these duties to the best of your ability? Thank you very much. Now the first and second Vice District Governors. Just start from there. DJ? Mommy, you have been elected as first and second Vice District Governors, respectively. Under the direction of the District Governor shall be the Chief Administrative Assistants to the district. Your positions are of great importance as you play an active role in GMT and DLT matters to further the purposes and objectives of our association. Both of you are an integral part of the District Governor's team, and as such, you assist the District Governor to formulate long-term policies which will be beneficial to the district, our association, and our communities. You also perform such other duties which may be assigned to you from time to time by the District Governor. And of course, your seniority will always reside where the Governor is not. I now therefore ask you, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you very much. I'd like now to invite the immediate past District Governor. Please come forward. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you upon your successful completion of your term. I'd like to encourage and request you that you must be here and mentor our next governor. Will you perform this to the best of your ability? I'd like now to ask you to go and please usher in our governor and the first lady. Madam Alice Kubichile, you are the partner of our incoming and and our district governor. During and after each visit of the club, you'll give an assessment and advise him accordingly. You'll have to accompany him on all his visitation to all the clubs in Uganda. You'll assist the governor with his governor's bag, arrange his governor's gifts, carry his bag to and fro from this visitation. Will you, as first lady of our district, perform these functions to the best of your ability? Thank you very much. Listen, and now listen carefully. District Governor, Dr. Stanley Luichile, you were installed in your office at the International Convention held in Boston, USA on the 10th of July 2023. This repeat of the installation is only to just familiarize you with the Uganda situation. Our District 411B, Uganda. As the district governor, the hopes and aspirations of your district rest with your administrative abilities. I'm aware that you have submitted membership and leadership plans for Lions Clubs International. Now it is important to communicate, collaborate, and be accountable to ensure that your members support your vision. District governor, you are the face of the district, reflecting the dedicated work that members carry out at the community level, and we are confident that your composure and leadership pedigree will encourage more service-minded men and women to come forth and join our simple motto, we serve. May I now request the immediate past district governor, please come forward and symbolically transfer leadership herself to you by pressing the chain of leadership on your shoulders. The use of the gavel and the gong as administrative tools to our district governor. Demonstrate. Another one. Will you allow me to ask you, more proverbially, will you perform the duties and responsibilities of the district governor of 411 Uganda to the best of your ability? I agree. Now, it looks like I omitted the district officers. And because you didn't warn me, I continued and I have finished. However, before we sit, I am told they are different from the district chairperson. Is there any person I have not installed? Please come forward. I can never fear to make a mistake, but always correct it. I will have you installed tonight. officers, you have been appointed to your various portfolios for no other reason other than the knowledge that you have performed the best of your abilities. Is there anybody who would like to resign? If not, will you do to the best of your ability? Please give them another big hand of applause. Now I don't know how this photo moment will be, but let us try. I don't know how it can be. Okay, you just squeeze in and we take a group photo. Okay.
DJ, did you grab it or did you give you my name?
Okay. Maybe we take district officers first. Please take.
District officers. The short ones behind, the tall ones in front. Yes. May I request, because where we are taking there is no branding, so may I request the officers to go back to their seats, and we shall stand down here and we have everybody in the photo. May I request the district governor? Yes. Okay. Okay. If you take your move, may I request the district governor and your team to go back and take your seats? Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this exercise has also taken 25 minutes, and I think I have tried.
Very much, sir. May I now request you've handed over it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say one or two words. One of them is to congratulate our district governor upon your ascendance to the highest. I know and I believe that you are fully prepared for the work ahead of you. You have already demonstrated. Even at this first cabinet meeting, you have led us well. Let us say this is just a formality, but a formality for what? We are only simply saying we owe you allegiance as district officers, as cabinet officers, as secretary, treasurer, whichever office that we hold. And let us all promise that we shall work with him together to put our district at another level. Ladies and gentlemen, District 411B Uganda is a district to reckon with. We have seen it grow, and we want to see it grow further. At the end of the day, we shall even bifurcate, because we are growing at a terrific speed. If it is not for failure of some clubs to pay their dues, and therefore the crops, we could have even split Uganda already. And therefore, we want to ask that you lead us well, and we shall be behind you, support you, like today has said that they will, and so we shall. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. The installation is completed.
Let us put our hands together to thank our I would now like to request our district governor to make his remarks. District governor. And I will invite you to take up this seat as I move on the other side.
Once again, good evening, lions and leos. For such a long day, I wish to make about 3 sentences as my remarks. I want to say I remain grateful today. For trusting me with the responsibility to move along with you as we move our mighty district to greater heights. All the achievements will be ours. I don't want to talk about failures that will be ours. I don't expect it. Because like the story officer has said, the more I have said, I will. Therefore, graduates, the statement that we shall be able to move from our district to greater heights. This is not the time to pay lip service, but just to make sure that we contribute towards changing this world of ours through provision of services with passion, as our thing is. But we must also add humility. We must add all innovations. And it is innovations that will give a legacy. Many people have been in the solutions. They have made their contributions. We as the DG team this year, the only thing we can do is to maintain this stamina. And sometimes even accelerate more. No reverse here. Thank you very much. Me, my spouse, Alex, we promise to do our level best. The guidance of God and the will of all the lives and the rivers in this forward and thank you very much.
Another big hand clap. Thank you to our distinguished officers for the job well done so far. I want to have been advised that the hotel management, no, they want us to eat. And so, instead of presentations, may I now ask that we have dinner, and we shall start from presentations when we return. Dinner should take us not more than 30 minutes, and we conclude the rest of the program. And Maureen and the team, please take charge. May I ask Tush, as always, please lead the team to have dinner. I think Maureen and the team will come to your table to usher you to the serving table, so take your time. They will come for you at an appropriate moment. Otherwise, DJ, a little bit of music, not graviton to do this time, please. Thank you. DJ, the machines are not working. Please.
I'll be the one.
Presentations. Allow me to, just 1 minute, ask Honorable Shembagile to greet us. We've missed him for a while. I think it's okay, you can stay seated.
Join you in this function demonstration of officers of the district. And I want to add to the school officers point that look forward to you perform the best abilities so that you could driving the district you want to be forward. I can't express myself more than that. I can't see you, but I can feel your presence. I enjoy being with you. I'm still alive at heart, and I'll continue for as long as I live. So once again, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Another round of applause. Thank you so much, Honorable Shembagile. May I now request our district governor to do his presentations. Thank you.
I'm sure fellow lions and yours like the voice that you have just listened to, isn't it? So I will go an extra mile. I know I had said I needed to take my friendship back, but when I was showing again, I did not show again. Has many offices, so even one banner is not enough. So I would like to give him another friendship banner. Yes, and I have a bill all the way from Boston. That's my personal bill. These are two. These ones are not given to them. I bring them personally, but now, thank you very much. But allow me to say, this man rings, he harasses me with calls as we arrange for these days' functions. You know what we do. If you want to reach the highest government, employees come and officiate, do collections here and there, that is the button switch. Now may I ask the regional chairs to come for their appeals all the way from the headquarters. I've been keeping them for you. I was waiting for this thing. The regional chairs, except those who are already resigned. It will be great. The chairs. This is Taylor Mill, my regional chair. You are for regional chair. Then all the zone chairs. Yes, you are. These two chairs. These two chairs. I want to also share other symbol there are some lands who run institutions. So we are looking for those who have started your clubs there, where those who have not, is a labor to do. And they know themselves. So the friendship banner, so that it is strategically put at the institutions, starting with flag. Yes. Another thing like that. This one is targeting the school. I'm afraid of the school. And I know I can get them a chocolate. The other schools. I'm not the health institutions. You know, unless you have somebody who's a specialist in books, some foundation of the parents, and some tragedy. So our own, Dr. Wilkes, I'm a friend of your institution. We have another orthopedic surgeon, and this is going to him, not as Musa, but there also. These people deal with the one that was it? Now, On behalf of the Lions of Uganda and my Bible, we don't want to take it for granted you always listening to us. Please pass it over to your bosses. This is the chief honor. Let them put it on this place. Continue reminding yourselves, and that's the most important. Now, the new president, one who has also Leo's first ever. Somebody to present performance. God, the next episode, so IBIB, and this afternoon, we also look at the growth question of a strategy. I don't know how many women they bring, but I'm very sure. So that's what my presentations okay.
Thank you, District Governor, for those presentations. May I now request Tush to give a vote of thanks.
Presiding officer, my duty is to give a vote of thanks for this great evening. I would like to thank our chief guest, first of all, for carrying out a very colorful installation, and congratulate all those who have been duly installed into their respective positions, and for allowing and accepting to serve in those respective offices that you've been installed in. I want to give thanks to our guest of honor. I know he is one whom we say is the constitution of the Lions in Uganda. He teaches us every time he gets a moment, and I want to thank you, our guest of honor, and Benedict Kumanya, for keeping a moving book alive, the Constitution for Lions. And I think we need more of those to benefit more as leaders. I want to thank our press, our publicity, Lion Emmanuel message to those who really brought out such good colors in the room, and the Ryan Charity Twiners and team who have been taking care of the decoration. You can see that our room is colored up, and we hope that more will be done also on Tuesday when we are hosting our chief international guest. I want to thank the hotel management for giving us a sumptuous meal. I believe everyone has eaten to their full, has taken drinks, and more are still coming. I'd like to thank our DJ tonight and the entire Rush Sounds team for giving us pipe while we were being installed. And I want to thank also those who have prepared our cake, which we are about to attack. And I know they might forget it here. The cake looks good. I want to thank those who have prepared it, and we shall enjoy it. I wish to thank the Rio President for taking up a huge responsibility as the Rio President for District 411B. We wish you the best. Thank you, everyone. Be blessings to you all.
Thank you, Antush, Second Vice District Governor. May I now request that you charge your glasses if they are not charged. Charge your glasses. And I don't see Andy here, so in the interest of time, I will do the toast. I don't have the glass. I have a plastic one. I'm going to borrow some beer from Israel. So charge your glasses. Fellow lads, let's be upstanding. Fellow lads, join me in drinking a toast. The World Service Club Organization, Lions Clubs International. Let Lionism grow from strength to strength, and we all say Lions everywhere. Thank you. I don't want it, but I'm trying to keep time. May I now request the person who is in charge of the cake. I want to do it this way. I want the presiding officer to adjourn the meeting, and we cut cake as part of our fellowship. And we start the dancing. So, may I now request our presiding officer to adjourn this meeting.
It's very important. And Swedish can continue. And the
I like the part of scholarship and champion. Yeah. So, the ones who are in charge of the cake, I hand over to you. Thank you for being good audience. See you on Tuesday at Imperial Royal Hotel. Thank you and good night.